everyone.
We are live.
What are we doing today? We are taking what was created last week during our start of the mark making with Calligraphic, lines, pencils, charcoal, crayons, watercolors, and more. And we're going to be taking that to the gel plate today. We are going to use the 5x7 gel press, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then we are going to be taking those little books that we've been working on. Hopefully you guys have been too. And we're going to get to the hellos and good mornings and all that here in just a second. But I wanted to make sure I had this all in the beginning. And then we are just going to be taking the mark making to the next level. All sorts of fun things. Watercolor techniques. Going back to that, we're going to revisit a little bit of the techniques and things as well. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, we've got quite the bunch. All right, let's see. Lisa's in here, and Jenny, Sandy. Good morning, Robin. So glad you're here with us to take care of us and drop in those links. And so is Lisa. Remember, those are our moderators. Judy is out today. She's out enjoying nature today. So hopefully she's having fun. She'll check back. So we're going to talk about her and talk about her often.
Yes, we will.
She said she liked it when we talked about her.
Always good.
Bella, good morning. Oh, and we even have Angela with us this morning. Oh, Teresa, you're new. Good morning. Hello from Brazil. I don't know what time it is in Brazil. Let us know about that. Oh, and I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Hyung Tai, maybe?
Hyung Tai?
I'm sure we got that wrong. We apologize.
She
we do
says
try.
It's night
and
in her
Kylie's
city.
with us. Good morning, Kylie. Or afternoon there. All right. Well, let us.
Oh, somebody didn't do their homework. Isabella.
It's quite all right. You really didn't have to, but we did encourage you. Oh, and Laura's with us. Hello, Laura, people.
Oh, Kylie.
Yes. We've
Oh,
got
it's a good thing because I'm going to mention you multiple times.
Oh yes,
today.
Kylie did an awesome. We are just, over the moon about it. She showed our stencils in ways that Oh, good morning, Sherry. Man, we've got a lot of new people. That is exciting.
It's very
All right,
exciting.
Well, be sure to chat with everybody in the chat because they do that. They're very friendly folks.
They are.
And all right, let's. Oh, remember, we are doing the giveaway. When we hit the 2,000 subscribers, we will give away the big bag box, whatever it ends up being. It's probably looking more like box.
Getting quite.
Some other exciting things. So part of what we'll probably throw in there are some new stencils, obviously, and some old ones and things of that nature, along with gel prints and things that we've made over the weeks, that sort of thing. The way that you enter the giveaway is by coming back to this video and the past 2 videos and leave comments. And you must say that you want to be entered into the giveaway. Maybe, talk about something that you learned or loved in that particular live stream. That would be awesome as well. So,
And the way that you are chosen is that really cool wheel that goes around and it stops automatically. I said to put that in there.
yeah. So we will be doing the wheel
I'm
at 2,000 subscribers.
Izzy loves the wheel. I'm kind of
Yeah, I think everybody liked the wheel. Okay, so that is the giveaway that is continuing on until we do the 2,000 subscriber thing. So, oh, Diane's with us. Good morning, Diane. and Anne's with us. Awesome.
Messy Palette. Who is Messy
That's
Palette?
Diane.
Oh, hi, Diane.
She's in Australia, so it's really late
Ooh,
there. Yeah.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Okay, so we now have gift cards per Anne's request. And not only do we have little gift cards that you can do digitally, which is great, let your family, friends, and everybody know, or if you just want to buy them for one another or buy them for yourself. We're perfectly...
And you can print those off from an email. And
Yeah.
you need to tell the older people that. They don't know
She's
that.
like, how does this work? It's like, well, so an email's going to be sent
I really like those pretty colors.
with
and
a
everything.
code
How do
to
I
use
get
it.
those?
Yeah, you don't have to print these out if you don't want the digital. Now, if you order, because I'm going to be listing this week, there's going to be a perk version that is one that I will print out this, cut it. It will have a code on it for the person to use. And then, much like, any gift card kind of works these days, if you want to use it online, to purchase in the shop. But the ones that are going to be actually sent come with, they're going to be higher priced, obviously. They're going to be like the gift card plus. Then this is just one. Like, this is what would come with the $15 thing. See, this is the $15 one. A little ATC size kind of, and this is what we want you to do today. Because we're going to do a giveaway today. I have 2 of these extra ones that I cut when I was doing the samples.
You need to hold it down on your
Oh, yes, on my dark shirt. She says, I can't see that.
No good.
So, here's what you got to do today. On top of saying that you want to be entered into the 2,000 subscribers giveaway, you must say that you want this, but also, what would you call it?
We need you to name it. We love that. That was so much fun.
But it has to be here back on the video in the comment sections of this live stream. So you can do 2 things. You say, I want that giveaway for the 2,000. I want to name the stencil. Here's what I think it should be named and maybe why. I will then be monitoring these. She never checks anything anyway. And we're going to run it much like we did the static orbs. Where
I don't even know where that stuff is.
I will run them by her, and if she thinks it's awesome, we are going to pick 2, and I'll kind of combine the names sort of like I did last time. If there are repeats, I'm going to pick the first one. Because I'm thinking that we're going to have a lot more entries than last time. So whoever says it first is the one that gets it that we pick from the ones that we like. So be original.
Stencil. Oh, Lisa jumping in there.
Well,
I know. I already gave her a little heads up last night.
Now, I'll tell you, those of you that want to say it in the chat, that's fine. But you still have to come back and say it in the comment section. And let me know that you said it in the chat. Okay? Because it's hard to come back to the chat and find things. It's actually ridiculously hard. It's much easier to go back and find things in the comment section of the video. All right, so I think that's all the, like, kind of PM business and whatnot. Let's get them.
Am I excused?
Yeah. When does the art start? The art is starting. The art is starting. I shall move over to P's camera. Oh, Chris is with us. Good morning, Chris. Let's see.
I'm so excited about all of our new people.
I know. This is woo.
And all of you golden oldies there. Way to go.
Way to keep showing up.
Way to keep showing up. Way to keep showing up.
Oh, here, I'll put me in the little camera. I took me off last week because you were really utilizing the whole space, and so, I don't know.
Well, until I utilize the whole space.
And plus, I was not feeling well.
Yeah, she was.
So that was part of that. All right.
She was ever so slightly grumpy.
That's my hand. There we go. Oh, and I'm going to move me back down. I don't like me being at the top there.
Am I still good here?
There we go.
We didn't set up the camera. I did.
I did. You were off wandering about. I don't know what you were doing.
I was putting on my jewelry. Oh, I forgot to, really kind of.
We didn't talk about her jewelry.
We'll
do that at the end.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Lines. Definition by Paul Clay. A line is a dot that went for a walk. That just cracks me up. I love that. I just visualize that little line, little dot going. I don't know. Okay, basically a vertical, horizontal, diagonal. When you're doing things, you try to balance that out. You have thick and thin lines, and basically that is it. So we're going to talk more about that, this part here later. But I have to share Izzy's lines. Okay, so Mariah, do you have your zine there?
I do. Mine's kind of dippy, but here. This is not really my thing.
I know, but I just think it's really important. I think our lines are really cool. Okay, well, here's Izzy's. It doesn't matter what you do, you're going to have some stars and rainbows, and a heart is probably going to show up somewhere. It may not be recognizable.
Ears and pigtails are big as well.
Those are not, that's not ears, those are pigtails.
Yeah.
She told me that. And I think this is a very interesting one. This is someone caught inside of a flower. Can you see the flower shape and see this?
She's really into this whole something inside of something right now, which is very interesting.
Yeah. And, a little...
Snowstorm.
Snowstorm. And look, they're screaming. But this is Isabella because of the pigtails.
Yes.
Okay. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Her stuff is fun. Because she saw us doing this, and, she's got to be a part of the PM.
Oh, yes, and she's very serious about that. Okay, what do I love about this?
Oh, good morning.
I love the variety, and Mariah, I love these little, is this acrylic?
Yes, I used here, I'll hand this over. And we have another new person, Pepe Matico Costa de Von Kostendinovi. There we go. Kostendinovi. Man, sorry.
Yeah, apologies.
It's just
for-
not. Our mouths don't.
Yeah.
I
Wrap around.
try.
Okay, so Mariah utilized this thing that I found online, and this is one of the things I think that
Oh,
You know-
thanks, Anne. Yes.
what?
She's letting kind of some of the new people to enter the giveaway come back later to the video. Yeah,
Look
to
at
do
this
the 2000.
darling drawings here.
I'm getting pretty good at the.
Look at this. It's me, Mariah, and Izzy. I love that, Mariah.
Well-
She's just being all.
I'm telling you, practice, 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 and the baby
Look at
is always wanting me to draw her and me, and then I was like, well, we're gonna add Gigi,
And you know, this may have been what really sparked the stencil.
maybe.
'Cause
Now,
that-
we need to show the other stencils that go with the other gift cards. You have them. I only printed or cut one set. I was having terrible Cricut problems yesterday.
the rest of the stencils?
So there isn't one, just the one little ATC one that comes with the $15 one. Each level you get a little bit more.
Yeah, and I gotta find something with a little bit of contrast here.
It would also
Look
help.
at
There we
those
go.
little darlings.
So those are, well, that actually comes in a strip, but P cut it apart. So put the two together.
That's the one
That's
that you.
the ATC.
That's the one you'll be getting today, or
Yes, the two-
someone will be getting
Two
today.
people. I have two.
And this one, which I took and put on there, put it
Sure.
off a little bit and made it into
But
a
that
strip.
one and the two little ones, the ones that have pairs, are actually one thing. It comes in a strip. And if you want to cut it apart like she did, you can.
Like this.
Yes, thank
Comes
you.
like that.
There we go. And then
I just didn't find it very user friendly
Friendly
in that
for what she was
particular format. This is the
the big one.
big one.
So keep in mind that, various sizes and whatnot, but there's just basically two sort of designs
I know.
in various sizes.
And I'm going to show you some artwork that I did. Well, I'm going to start with this here. And this is really crappy, I know. And I'm going to gel print over it so you'll be able to see it. Did I wipe it out?
No, and I mean, I can see it in the monitor here. I would say probably some people can't, but
So here's the stencil in the middle, and then I took and did part here and part here, so it creates like a linear,
yeah, it's a great
Border.
border. Yeah.
border effect.
And I tell you, Kylie did some great things with the little long ones. I think she really enjoyed those in her video.
I do too, Kylie. I use them. I use them a lot. Okay, just.
Oh yeah, the runes were great, and I loved that Mom printed that out.
But see, look there. You see the
Oh, yeah.
the inspiration? That was, subliminal.
I think yours actually came first, and then I was kind of working that out in my brain. And of course, nothing is exactly like symmetrical, because we don't really. It's a little
Yeah, that-
interesting if you have this play on symmetry, where it's sort of there, but not really.
Okay, I went ahead and made impression plates while the stencil was still.
Oh, Julie's with us too. We've got two in Australia that are up way late.
Oh man, you guys are troopers, troopers. Okay, so can you see that? And this is one of the papers that I'm going to demonstrate later how I made it.
And I think you can make mandalas with these. We're playing with that, but these are brand new.
Playing with that, but Lisa, can you see that peacock feather there?
I think we were a little inspired by that as well.
We were that
Affected.
affected,
was-
positively affected.
Yes.
But again, just little hints, and can you see it? I don't know what, because I don't have access to the monitor. I just have to
It's
check.
looking pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, you can do if you do the back and forthy, then, kind of hits the light. It's very subtle right now, but,
Well, as you add layers, you don't want to just
Right.
beat somebody over the head with the first one, which
love
this
that.
color right here kind of beats you over the head. Yeah, I knocked that dude back.
this was some play with the mark making with the inks.
With the inks, and I wrote down at the bottom.
Are you upside down?
I was gonna say I
You're there.
can't read that. Can y'all read that? Stand on your head and read that. Get that blood flowing to that brain.
How about now?
Okay, this is Rose Cyclamen. And
Good morning,
this is
Sandy.
Amber de Bermani and Café de Isle.
We really need like
The color.
a linguist or somebody that
We do need somebody to help us out with our pronunciation. And I just whipped those on top of this. This is my little line.
I love that. That looks
Line
cool.
takes a walk. Doesn't that look cool?
And you did that in last week's live
I
stream.
did that last week's live. Yeah.
The
I don't
tissue
think
papers-
I don't think I did the
the gel print. No.
gel print. The gel print came after. And that's my color that I'm trying to use it all up. I've got it upside down here, and every time I open it up, it blurbs out on me. But I am bound and determined to use every little bit.
She's gonna get the spatulas out. Come on, just cut it open.
I do that. I really do. Okay, this is the edge of a where the rest
Good
of it is.
stuff, though.
Yeah, I found it on the floor.
I found it over here.
You can see where. Yeah, can you see?
Where she rolled over it, probably.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Rolled over it. Can you see the track marks? I don't think you really can, but anyway. Aren't this just the coolest things? You can use your white Stablo pencil on your black brayer offs. And we're gonna have a
I
few
love that.
we're gonna have a few black brayer offs today. Okay, this is just a little bit more, but it looks like 2 pieces, but it's really not. I just used this to catch the edge of the one that I will show you shortly. And look at that. Isn't that
very user friendly? Okay, here's the other thing about these. They're only going to be available with the gift cards for a limited time, and then we'll put them in the regular shop. But I want to give it a chance to just be something special to include with a gift. So, hey,
for the holiday season?
Yeah, and even if you plan on, buying some other things, you can purchase your own gift cards and then use the code. And,
Yeah,
there are ways to do that.
We don't make you sign a form that says you're not gonna
You must give this to someone. You cannot be the purchaser and the acceptee.
Okay, well this is part of my experiments after watching Robin
Oh,
McClendon.
I was wondering if some of that was going to pull through.
It did, because this is a spray, and I tell you, I did not clean up my whole area, but I did clean up my board.
All right.
And this is the stencil, the big one put on top, and then the little ones, yeah, you can see one over there. You can feel it more than see it. But this is my experimenting with alcohol, inks, sprays, yada yada yada.
Yeah, it's like 2 a.m. in Australia right now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Julie said her husband was snoring. I can relate.
Oh.
Makes me crazy.
Yeah, we understand.
We do.
We have a snorer here. All right, now, cute Mariah. I think your
Well,
booklet
thank you.
is coming along quite nicely.
Still needs some pages filled in.
It does need some pages. Okay,
Yeah.
the runic alphabet is a good source for.
And that's what Kyla was saying. She really liked to use that. I think I've seen her do it.
Just it's very interesting. You don't have to necessarily have it mean anything, but you can.
Yes, Julie. So, just to kind of recap there on the stencils, the ones that you guys are going to name must come back, put it in the comments. You can put them out here too, because in that way you can say, "Hey, I said that first," and we can verify that. But you must come back, leave a comment on the video. You can do 2 things. You can enter into the name it. So you must name the stencil. And then the 2,000 subscriber giveaway, big package, hoorah, boo-ah. There's going to be a lot of stuff in a box.
Yes, and I've just been throwing. I've got a sack going, but
But that's why I haven't said the name, because we haven't named it.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
But yes, they are
We want
named.
it to have something with an R, so Kylie can pronounce
yes,
the
that's
R.
right.
Those will be given
Mo has
preferential
requested that all
treatment.
stencils have an R in them at this point in time, so that way when Kylie gets her hands on them, that she can roll
Because
the R.
we love swirly swirls.
Swirls.
Swirling. Okay, wow. What is, here. Okay. A katakana, you can just look it up. Right there is and it's free.
It's free. It even says so.
It even says so. And you can spell out your name.
Awesome.
It has a place on there where...
Oh, you type it in?
Yeah, you type your name in, and
I don't know if
it'll
I
get...
trust that.
Okay, but now see...
Somebody set it up, and they're like,
These are
"Oh."
the little these are the little syllabication chart that goes with the katakana.
Oh, hello, Heather D. Good morning.
And some more acrylic writing. Okay, enough of that. Hand that back
So
to you.
I don't think I'm going to list these in Etsy at all. They will only be, like, once they are available, they're only going to be available on our website. We are going to start making a major push just to have some really special things on our website. So that way, those of you that hang out with us, I can I can give better pricing there. I can just do a lot more on our website versus Etsy. There will be the standard stuff, and we'll always add things there, but as far as like new releases, all the good stuff, fun stuff is going to be available on our website. So that will be, keep that in mind. The gift cards especially are only available on our website. Right now I have just the gift cards available. I will get these listed once you guys know the name to name the stencil. That's why we need you to do that. And I guess we should give everybody a week. And then we'll announce next week, and then I will get those listed.
We'll look at them Saturday.
Right. Yeah, we'll look at them Saturday of this coming week. Pick out the name. We'll announce that on Sunday, and then I will get those listed that day or whatever, because I could probably have it pre-set up, and then kind of launch it that day. So there you go on that, and getting the stencils named and ready to go. And those of you that hang out with us quite regularly, if you really, really want these stencils, contact me.
Yeah,
we'll make it happen.
We can work.
I just don't want to list it regularly in the shop. These are kind of little perks that we like to give you guys that hang out with us on a regular basis. You know us. Come to the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. Chat with us. Direct message me. We'll send you things.
One of those things.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
I'm always irritated, when they're giving special prizes to if you've never ordered before. I'm going, hey man, I've ordered a whole lot of stuff. What about me?
What am I, chopped liver?
We're definitely keeping that in mind.
They try to hook you in.
Yeah.
And then they don't give you free things anymore.
Yeah.
We try to do the
boy,
opposite.
that's kind of a bad incentive, I think.
That is. It's terrible.
Okay, I obviously located.
She found it. Where did you find it, P?
Oh, I knew she's going to be rubbing this in for weeks, because I just knew that she
I did
had
something with it.
in one of her Napoleonic cleaning frenzies. It was stashed away, but it wasn't. It was my
stuffy hole.
My stuff and stash. That's how I clean.
That is.
Put it someplace else.
Behind some other things.
Yeah, so you can't find it. Be really irritated.
She dug deep.
I have no idea what this says. I've had this for 25 years or more.
I think it is still available. And I believe that
But
that is,
obviously it's got good longevity. It's still moving about the cabin down in the bottle there.
I think that is very similar, if not the same stuff as Robin McClendon uses.
Oh.
It seems similar in the bottles. Obviously that is very old.
Yeah.
Robin McClendon has the newer stuff.
Yeah.
So I think...
I tested it out the other day, and I thought it was working fine.
There you go.
All right, now, some of you had requested that I please do a little review of the holding of the pen. And...
Oh, here. And I'm going
to... out with this, you're going to be loading that pen up, and this is a C.
Oh, okay. Ooh, we had a little glitch there. Not sure what's going on with the internet these days.
Are we back?
I think so, yeah. We got excellent conditions, supposedly, but it just kind of blipped on us there for a second. Oh, I don't know.
When you first get your pen nib, and this is really good that it's doing this, because I can tell you what's happening here. This is one has never been used before. You're going to have trouble getting it to flow down because they're coated in some kind of stuff that keeps them from
Rusting,
basically.
Rustification.
Yeah. In transit or whatever. So you've really got to work to get rid of that, and you just use it and whatever.
Good morning, Candy B.
Okay, 45-degree angle. Yeah, see, it's just not.
New nib needs breaking in.
Needs breaking in. Now, do you see how when I put it down there, I give it a bit of a wiggle?
You got to wiggle it. Just
and you know, it may be this. It may be the ink.
Is this the ink from the unknown age?
Unknown.
Aged ink.
Yeah. Okay. It may be.
We'll try your other ink.
Okay. Let's dump that over here.
You can also get little. I can't remember the name of it. I want to say that it's Dappen. Are they Dappen containers? Is that what they call them? Dippin', Dappen?
I have
Specific
no idea
containers
what you're talking about.
for little ink wells. But what's cool, and it's kind of funny, that, because I did a little research on this because I was curious, because somebody asked about it, and I was like, well, you know, I mean, P's thing is this pen thing. So I don't even really know. And I don't do calligraphy. But you could also use a shot glass, little shorty one. I don't recommend the tall ones.
Well, and
It would work well.
the fact that they fall over.
Yeah, but if you had those short squatty ones,
Okay.
it's the ink.
It's the ink. But I still use that ink, and I still like it for other things, because if you want to get a good value,
Well, there you go. We learned something. Old ink, not so great for calligraphy with pen nib.
pen nib, especially a new one. And I think it probably would work much better. All right. When I do this, can you see I am not wiggling my fingers. I'm pulling my whole arm. And you get better at this.
Is it from the shoulder?
Well, I don't know.
Well, is it your wrist? It's not a wrist movement.
It is not a wrist
so
movement.
It's from your shoulder.
Yeah. Elbow, shoulder. Yeah, one of those.
Connection point in the
Connection
body.
point in the body.
Above the wrist.
And I have no idea if this calligraphy.
Oh, good morning, Marianne.
Okay, so this leads and segues quite nicely into.
And since we have you guys all here, if you would just give us a thumbs up on this video, that always helps us big time. Lets us know that you're here and you're giving us love. And if you're watching this in the replay, please do the same. Comment below. Let us know you want to be entered in the giveaway.
There you go. Okay, now the reason you have thick and thin lines is because you don't. Oh wow! Did you see what happened
yeah,
there?
that was a blobby blob.
That was a blobby blob, and that's going to happen occasionally. You just have to kind of.
That's part of the deal.
If you keep your pen in the same position, you are going to get nice, thick, thin lines. You can go back, you can go up.
Ooh, like that. It gives me ideas.
If you wiggle your hand and get it, and try to make your pen nib do thick and thin there, it's probably not going to work. And this is having a little piece of paper over here to blob off before you start again. It's really a good idea. Now the other thing is when you first start out with your new load of ink, if you go quickly, you won't have blobs.
Isabella says blobby blobs rule. I think the blobs could be used to your advantage.
I think that they could too.
Yeah.
Just make them intentional.
That's right.
And if you make a mistake, just do some others and everybody will think it's intentional.
That's right. We always say that. Well, P always says that.
Yeah.
I agree. I support this.
Okay, it wasn't working too well. I'm running out of ink. All right. So you get the idea of how to do that. And all it takes is lots of practice. Don't wiggle your fingers. Pull with your whole arm. That's my major.
That's the big, like, first step.
That is what's going to make you very happy as a calligrapher. And you can worry about making nice little lines and letters and yada yadas. Just practice
Moving
doing
your arm.
the whole arm. Okay, enough of that.
Oh, these new Arty Tech terms are awesome. That's what we're here for. We always have some good
Arty
ones.
Tech term. Who said that?
Diane.
Oh.
We do. And usually Mo is here to hashtag them, or she does that in the group pretty good too.
Okay, cleaning your pen. Very important if you would like to not buy a new one all the time. You take your, I'm having bifocal issues.
She wants to dip her head in there too.
Yeah, I want to dip my head in there so I can see the darn thing. You got to get your paper stiff enough that you can get in that little crevice there. Oh, Lord.
I know.
Okay, well, you get the idea. You want to get inside there and get that out.
Oh, I was trying to think of what, like, it was reminding me of. Lisa says it looks like 70s mod. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Love that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to save this. I'll print on this later. Because you would be absolutely amazed at what can happen there. Okay, now, what was my...
Isabella says we need to do some arm exercises to loosen up. Yes, probably. And if you've got rotator cuff issues, I don't know if calligraphy is going to be for you.
Yeah. It really, and you know, you should only do it for about 20 minutes at that's your max.
Especially
It
starting.
also helps if you do this on a board that is slanted like this.
You're going to be more ergonomic.
Well, it's going to be easier to move your arm because this is a bit awkward. I can do it because I've practiced a lot. When you're starting out, I used to have a big old drawing board.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. And you know,
Robin says hashtag glob off.
use that.
Good job, Robin.
Use that,
I like that.
crappy washi tape to tape down your paper so it's not moving about the cabin on you. Okay, so now, Mariah, where do we go from here?
All right, so we have revisited the lines. I don't know if we want to revisit like a little bit of the brush stroke business.
Is that a good time to do this?
Well, because we wanted to bring in the fan brush, which you didn't do last week anyway.
I didn't, and I'm so glad that, see, that this is
why I'm
why
here.
it takes 2 people to do this.
And you did
I
say
found
that-
another fan brush in the mix, and you can see they're all right. I think this is a makeup brush.
It is. It used to be one of mine.
Okay. Well, I
love it.
I
It's
found
very
it on the
fluffy.
floor, and anything I find on the floor gets to be mine.
Well, that's
the
because
rule.
I gave it to Izzy, and that's why you found it on the floor. 'Cause that's where she.
And I have to show you my little pen rest, brush rest thing here because it's quite marvelous. Also, it's it's very specialized and
She found it.
yeah, on the ground
Oh, but what it
at the
is?
junkyard.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the electric.
Has little bumpy things on it.
And it
there.
has a patent number and stuff on it, so we
Oh,
could
yeah, it
actually
does.
look it up.
and this on this end is all this kind of granulated glass, which is just very
That's why
cool.
I say it has to do with electricity.
But it's really nice because the little square makes it sit, sort of sit, and I can put my brush on it, and so it's not getting all over as I change brushes. Okay, so the fan brush, you don't want one like this. See this? It's very fluffy and light. You want
that
one
was
that
made for-
almost pokes holes in your hand. It needs a good flip.
A good flip. There's a good
flip.
hashtag.
Good flip.
Good flip.
No
No fluffy business.
No fluffy business on the brush. Now, actually, I did use this. I didn't especially like it, but I
But
did.
she used it.
But I did use it. Okay, the fan brush.
She confirmed that.
Okay, now you can see these just looking at them. You know right away that they're going to do different things because this is really fanny, and this is not so fanny.
Oh, good morning. We have our Judy 333.
All right. Oh, she's standing in for Judy P. Tell her she's going to have to
You should step it up for the Judys.
step it up for the Judys
We got
because
two
you're
Sa-
representing all of them
Yeah,
today.
we had 2 Sandys today. Oh, Felicia's here. Good morning, Felicia.
Okay, now, this is kind of like important, sort of. And you notice I have a napkin, a kitchen towel. I love that.
Yes.
That's what the
Diane. Oh, and Diane has fantastic kitchen towels. She just did her little video with her ocean journal, and she made like a box for it using her kitchen towels, which have this lovely kind of almost wood grainy impression in it, like that they're textured that way. Oh, they're wonderful.
You know, and I was
Oh, you're kind of
watching.
blurry. 1 second. Give it a second. You came in and out of frame there and grabbed that brush and it freaked it out. You want to hold your hand up to the... There we... Never mind. We're good. We're back
Okay.
in frame. All right. Do one more of those.
All right, now, it's the same story with your brush, with your fan brush, if you want to get this effect that you see right here. Because actually, this is like a pen. Okay? So 45 degrees. My little finger is on the paper helping me balance.
I love these lines. These could be very... they're kind of like the... Is it George O'Keeffe? You know when she did this... Is it George O'Keeffe that did the mountains, the New Mexico mountains, and has that... You know, the breakup...
Yes.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
My
just
brain's
think
just
I
not
can just see, it looks like oceans. Actually, I used this. Mariah, remember when I designed the stencil, the stamp for whatever seaside?
Oh, yeah.
I used this to help make the, okay, and so also what's really cool about this is if you put it in the middle and you rotate it.
I'm so dizzy and my head is spinning as the song goes.
Okay, I know I can do better ones with the smaller one.
Oh yeah, she did some really great ones. I have it down in the box. I haven't photographed them because these are going to come. We're actually going to use some of these in some upcoming paper sets. So little, you know, sneaky peeky. But this is how we create. A lot of things start out as just doodles or practice things. Or I've come to P and said, hey, I need this. And I have one coming up that I did say, hey, I need this. Ooh, I love.
Look at those little rolling things there. Okay. I'm going to put that brush down for a minute and grab this little bugger.
Oh, happy birthday, Judy.
Yes, happy birthday.
My birthday was last week.
29? That's what I always ask Mariah.
Ooh, yeah, the little brush does awesome little circle things. I love these. I don't know why I like them, but I like circles.
Okay, now as I'm losing, you know, my brush is getting drier.
Now that was that's a finger movement.
Yeah, I'm trying to twist this brush in my hand. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe not such
This
a
is
good idea.
completely opposite of your
Okay,
calligraphy arm movement.
Yeah, this
Don't do this when you're
this
calligraphy.
is the twirly brush.
This is twirly whirlies.
Okay, so there you go. But in order to get your thick and thin, you are going to have to, you know, hold it at a 45-degree angle. I'd hate wasting paper. Okay, so
This is also why it makes me crazy, because she does something good on both sides, and that makes it extremely difficult. But at least, you know, we can always take pictures of it and use it digitally.
yeah, I tried using the scanner the other day. Boy, was that a whip.
We've been having some weird technical things.
And as the brush it gets drier, you can get really nice little
Softer,
shady, messy
fluffy.
effects. And I did watch, I don't know if y'all know who Anna Bondu, I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, but she did a really cool thing with, and we're gonna play around with that, some brush strokes on the gel plate to look like wood. And I mean, it looked really awesome. I'm hoping we can duplicate somewhat.
Well, and you did show that a little bit last week, because
Yes, I'm going to get
Julie
that out,
was-
and we're going
yeah.
to gel plate on that little bugger. All right, let me kind of, you know.
oh, they're saying, Felicia says that the little picture that you had going on there reminded her of Starry Night. Wow.
Yes, of course.
And Kylie said she could see that.
Yeah.
Jenny says she said, love it. So cool. Looking good.
Oh.
Petra.
Oh, Petra,
Petra's here.
welcome back again.
Talk
A
about part
long
of
time.
the OG crew.
All right, I am going to.
Leslie, good morning. Oh, you guys are just popping in. I love it. Good morning and evening and afternoon. Very early morning to some.
Yeah, and very, very late in the day for some.
She says, Judy33 says, Anna Bondu does great stuff on the gel plate.
She does some marvelous stuff, and I love her little quick, snappy videos. You know, I mean, she zooms through those. You have to rewatch them usually because
smart.
they go so fast. All right, I always wet my brush before I stick it in the, and I don't know why I do that. Well, I do know, because I sometimes forget to wash my brush. And I don't like exciting things to happen that I don't want to be exciting. Okay, this is a flat edged brush. And it's not a particularly expensive one, you can tell, because it's got a plastic handle. And I have no idea where it came from. But you can do the same thing. This is how sign painters do it.
All from the arm.
All from the arm. But you can take that brush and you can get lovely, lovely
And I think
thin lines.
Julie, was it? I think it was Julie that said that she found NASCO, like they have a website of their own.
Oh, lovely.
And those were the brushes that P was talking about last week that she really loves, but we didn't find them, of course, on Amazon. Right now, we're just, the reason we push the Amazon stuff is because we have affiliate links, and we'd love it if we could make a little tiny commission on it.
Well, and I really had no idea that they were still in business because it was eons ago when I used to order from them. And, a lot of places have just, they're no longer there.
Well, or they get,
Okay, I think you get the idea. You
I
can do
love
the
that.
same thing with the brush. And, of course, depending on...
Yes, thank you, Julie. So it was her. I was pretty sure that she was the one that had found that and told me and sent me the link.
Okay, I thought I had a... All right, now, another thing. Glad I just got those.
Kylie is definitely wonderful to watch, yes.
I put her on and listened to her.
Yes,
even if I've watched the video just because I like listening to her. And once I've watched the video, then I have an idea in my head what she's doing. I was a little late to the table today because I was watching your ATC video and your poetry. And I need to watch it again so I can write down some of the poetry. Okay, this is a really, at one time was probably a pretty good brush, but stuff has been allowed to dry in it. So now it's developed this little, it separates in the middle. It doesn't stay together on the end. But don't throw those brushes away. Number one, they're really great for glue.
Yeah.
And number two, look at this.
There is always purpose for a crummy brush. Just don't mix them in with the good ones.
Yeah. And
That's great. See, I love that. I love that fluffy, just...
sometimes you just kind of
wanna
need
pet it.
a little bit of that texture. And the more your brush dries out, the more
The
softer and nice gradation that you're going to get there.
I like that. I approve of this. Okay, I kind of missed something. Oh, Lisa, thank you very much. She put the link to the... I need to get in there and kind of clean up some of our commonly used products or add some things because we definitely have. I'm trying to figure out a nice way to create all of that and make it less like you have to go through so much. So, ideas welcome.
Yeah.
Because I haven't
Always.
really figured it out. I would love to have our own Amazon store, but then again, I'm also waffling with that. I'm reaching out to some other people as well, just to give some more options, that sort of thing. Because we love to be able to recommend things and also possibly make a little bit of commission off of it, and not at any expense to you guys, but...
Okay, now I don't know if I talked about this brush last week. It's called a rigger. R-I-G-G-E-R. And they use it to draw those fine lines when they're doing ships and sails. The rigging on the sails, the rope and the whatnot.
I didn't know where we were going with this. I'm looking a little blank.
No, I just found it out the other day. I don't know what I was watching.
But you also, if you see those videos where they're painting those really long, florally videos, they also use it to do the pinstriping on cars.
Yes, but theirs are really special because theirs have a really big bunch back here, so they're loaded. This one is just, it's going to need some reloading. But you can take, and you can see how I'm holding it. I don't know. Perpendicular to your surface.
We did talk about this, like with the top
a little
view.
bit, but this is kind of a review. This is like a review of the...
Now, remember you were telling me you were worried about the camera position and how well that was going to translate with being straight up and down, but that is important to create... Or for this type of line making.
It's kind of creating a little kind of a...
It looks like a little dragon or...
Dragon lizard kind of imaginary creature here.
Okay, so You have some examples in your zines as well that you would like to show, because that is on the list here.
Oh, she's moving me along because she
She's
knows
gonna
where
doodle
this.
all day.
I'll just doodle all day and okay. We'll give that a. Okay, so I've talked about that. I'm going to talk about gel printing over the top of them a little bit.
Robin wants to know how you mess up a brush to get exactly that.
You don't wash it.
You don't wash it. It's bad.
Or you wash it and you don't wash it properly, and then the stuff in there sets up. Can you see it? That's really hard right there.
You could give it a little trim. Oh.
Oh, don't be trimming my brushes. No, I like this brush. I quite like it. But it's what happens when you don't. Your flat brushes should meet down there. See that? You don't see an opening there. When you look at this one, you see an opening. The reason is...
All right, move a little bit towards... There you go. And I think they might be able to... I don't know if it's going to focus in on that, but hopefully you guys can kind of see it. I bet if you held it a little bit at it... There we go. And now you can kind of see more of what she's talking about.
Okay. So right here at this part, that's when you want to wash those and you want to keep your brush really nice. You need to take that to the bathroom and you need to get a very stiff toothbrush. And you need to put lots of soap on it and you need to comb that out. Because otherwise that is going to sit down in there. And you can see a little bit of that starting up. It's just, I mean...
It will eventually happen
Yeah.
over time because you're never going to, I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. I have better things to do than wash brushes.
Good morning, Gary.
And I do have some that I'm very, I don't use any of my really high dollar watercolor brushes for acrylic paint.
Well, this was a pretty good time to pop in because basically we just did a review of last week's. The pen nib, a little bit of the, can you say it, calligraphic?
Calligraphic. How to hold your pen, how to hold your brush, yada, yada, yada. And see, these
and
probably...
keep your junky brushes.
and these are already junky brushes, and I did rinse them a bit.
They are most fantastic for mark making.
So I'll just hand these off to Mariah. She can take them in and put them in the sink. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I still... No, I don't want to use them. Yeah, maybe I will.
I was going to say, you got some gel plate.
I've got some gel plate stuff coming up here that I'm going to, utilize those. I'm going to throw that away.
Now.
It's just messing me up.
Into the zines. Back to the zines.
Back to the zine. Okay. Another thing, and I have touched on this slightly during whatnot, but your lines have the capacity to communicate emotions. If you have a line, and when Mariah said, oh, I just love that one when you're doing this, well, that's because in your brain, it's a very, there aren't any sharp edges.
I like that story.
It's flow.
It's happy. It might even have a little comedic.
Yeah, a chuckle at the bottom of the...
Maybe it's a rom-com. I don't know.
But when you start putting in this kind of line here, you're talking about sharp edges, danger, pointed edges, broken glass, sharp metal objects, knives, that sort of thing. So you can see, you need to keep that in mind when you're designing your line marking, yada.
So Diane says you buy a lot of those cheap brushes and then you can trim them up and you get that lacy effect.
Hey, there you go.
There you
I
go.
like that. I am not a big fan of buying uber expensive brushes. Now that doesn't mean...
It's kind of like having fine china.
But the ones that come in the Crayola paint thing, you can just pretty well throw those away right away because they're horrible. They don't work.
No,
for
you
anything.
give those to the 4-year-old until she learns how to use the brush.
Yeah, and she's already got one worn off practically back to the nib. She's hard on them.
She is.
Okay, so the other thing is when you are using your lines that you need to keep in mind is balance. If you have lots of diagonals, it's almost sending the same message as the pointy lines. So you want to balance it with some horizontals and some straight verticals.
I think this is true of any layout.
I think it very much is, because you want that to happen. If lines that go up, let me see, I've got that, I have these, okay.
Look at you. She just turned around and grabbed it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I don't know how many more times in this thing it'll happen, but
Right, because she'll start stacking things and then she's digging
hope
through
springs eternal. Okay, so we can see what I'm talking about here. Now, which one of those leaves, do you want on your...
Well, good morning, Lori Marie Jenkins.
Oh my goodness. I'm so
Wow.
happy to see you. I watched one of your videos the other day.
She's been busy lately.
She's been very busy. And I love the little door that you made in the cover.
See, we're always watching
Oh, I
things.
love that. And my other one I love was the toilet paper Deo de la Muertas.
Oh, look at you. I love it when you put a little accent on something.
Oh, I want to make that, but she's been a very hard taskmaster, and she doesn't let me
She's
deviate.
she says she's just popping by. That's all right. We
All right,
like that.
yeah. No worries, no worries. Okay, so we're talking about these leaves here. And basically, same thing applies. Nice, rounded, they look very friendly,
Friendly leaves.
but they might be a little bit sad.
They are a little wilty.
They are a little wilty. But now look what happens when you do this.
Ooh, they have sprung up out of the ground and are happy and
yeah. And
Dare
these
I
little
say-
guys are ready to,
Here,
poke you.
You'll like this. They are quite erect.
Yes. Mo will appreciate
Mo
that.
will appreciate that.
Okay, so if you're doing your leaves and you don't want them all to be sad, then you need to make some of them, going
Turn
different.
them upside down. Turn that frown upside down.
Yeah, or, make some going this way, coming in.
Oh, I like that.
Balance them out, with some side motion, whatever.
And keep
Okay.
people on the page. Don't
And keep
point them
people-
out.
Yeah, keep people on the page. Absolutely. I'm
You're kind of pointing out there, Pete, but these were examples. We won't hold you to it.
okay. This is some more, and it's a very small work area here. I don't, I'm not used to the
Confinement.
confinement. Okay, did I show you these?
No, you did not show me those. Those are fantastic.
Yeah,
Are you going to jailbreak over those?
I can. Just
think that might
remind
be
me.
kinda
I think
cool.
that'd be very cool.
Well, and that brings us to one of the other notes that we have here about, especially if you're using like brushos, or especially brushos. I tell you that brushos are a thing that keep on giving until you shut it down
Yes.
with some sealant of some sort.
No. You don't want to. Okay, so what are we doing next here?
To seal it, because this is going to lead right into our moving on to the gel plate, which would be really great because we are at,
I think I'm finished with this.
yeah, we're at 10:50.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we need to move along because I really do have lots of cool stuff to show you. I don't like to waste.
Did want to talk a little bit about some of the lines and styles.
Now I don't want to get rid of this.
No, because you want to do some of that on the plate.
So I probably should just go ahead and do that while I have that out.
It sounds good to me. While you're pouring that
Okay.
and whatnot, you may want to speak to the Art Nouveau, Art Deco, and the
Well,
lines.
can you just read that while I'm sitting
I
up
can.
here?
I cheated. Well, I didn't really cheat, but I had to have a reminder because, I know a little bit, but not enough to spat it out like I know. Because we were trying to think about, all right, what is a really good example of, lines creating emotion and also reflecting a certain time in history, and
What's going on, geopolitically and all that.
and all of that. Here, I'm going to turn because I don't like just talking to the microphone. So, Art Nouveau, which translates into new art, attempted to create an entirely authentic movement free of any limitations of styles that preceded it. This movement heavily influenced applied arts, graphics, illustrations, and focused on the natural world. Now, this was kind of like a Wikipedia type thing. So, then Art Deco was a direct response aesthetically and philosophically to the Art Nouveau style. Lisa also talked a little bit and used some of those things in her Peacock journal the other day. So she's a big fan of, I think, just
Art Deco.
Art Deco in that
Hers
time.
is more, yeah.
Yeah.
But now, actually, the whole peacock motif was used by both.
Both.
Really was. It wasn't just one. Okay, again, I washed my
But just
brush
a
out.
really great thing to study lines and understand on a complete layout, or just, where they lead to and how they can really express your environment and what's going on around you. There you go. That was pretty good.
That was good.
I'm going to turn me off again. That way you can focus on Pete.
Now, I wish this, I could get this to be more of a solid, but I don't know what to add to it to make it so that and it doesn't necessarily, you know, if I use lots, I do sort of like the broken line effect here. Okay, so I've
Yeah, when
got,
it pulls in.
yeah, the little kind of lacy feeling.
Separation. It's kind of like oil and water.
Yeah, it is. And I've got lots of roundy lines here, so I'm going to break those up with some, because
Roundy.
remember I told you some curvy lines here, and I want to, you know, get in a little bit of, I don't want this to be cutesy. If you want your lines to be cutesy, you can. I don't like cutesy.
I like cutesy.
She likes cutesy.
He's more serious.
Okay, now here's the downside to this. We need to talk about some other things, and while that's drying, let me get a paper towel.
Judy33 says put some gel medium on the plate and it might hold it.
Hey, that is a great idea. I will do that on the next one.
There you go. Thanks,
I
Judy.
will. Thank you, Judy. I think, you know, sometimes the most obvious thing.
And then Isabella says maybe lay paint on there and then it would hold the strokes. There you go.
And I can
Robin
use some.
says golden fluid acrylic carbon black makes smooth lines on the gel plate. There you go. We have 3 options.
Okay, and I've got some of that.
Look at us making things happen.
All right, guys. All right, so that's going to dry. And while that's drying, I wish I could just pull that off, but I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've already done.
Oh, Diane says they're clear gesso, which I guess is medium.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I have to show you this one because this is the one I pulled the other day when I was doing all of that business, and you can see all the goopy stuff on the outside edge.
So you can see some of that came from those tissue paper.
Absolutely,
yeah.
And it's always the last
Boy,
pull.
and there's even some weird remnants of something
Yeah.
long ago, it seems. I don't know.
I'm serious. It is just absolutely amazing. Well, what I did is and I wanted to talk about that too, while my plate's drying here.
Oh yeah, I can pop back on if you guys want me to. I just don't like to take up the little corner because P's doing things.
Well, no, I think it's okay because I'm just showing stuff.
Okay, I'll come back in. I got this.
Line making can be created with your impression plates or your stencils on your plate.
Oh.
So, you know, don't ever discount that as a option. This, okay, I need to pull in the paper that this is from.
That's very sweet. Lisa says that we were an amazing inspiration for the Peacock. She's getting lots of love on the Peacock Journal, which you should, because it
Yeah.
is beautiful, amazing, wonderful,
And you should have made 2 because
we were honored that you used. The thing is like Lisa's always. We say, "What are you working on next?" and we send her a packet of stuff. So, again, this is why. You know, hit us up. Let us know what you're working on, especially if you're going to post it across the internet. We're very happy to send
very
you lots
happy
of
to
things.
hook you up. Okay. All right. Well, this is really funny. Here's my little piece of paper, you know, that I stick into the thing, and I was
The notes.
talking to you about. Well, you can see what happened on this one.
The notes have become a book.
All right.
This is
So here's this. I would pick this up, but I'm afraid that it would run. I'm going to chance it
okay.
because I do want to lay this down. All right. We'll just put this over here
Okay.
and let it do its thing while we talk about this. That's really good timing. All right, can you see? I kind of like that floppy X.
Floppy X.
That's kind of my signature.
Floppy.
Floppy X. Okay, here's my zine. And I really
Nope.
struggle with how to get it back together, and it's...
It's kind of like those games, you know?
Yeah, okay, once you take them apart, and or like folding a map in the car,
Oh, yeah.
you know? When
I
you're,
don't think we ever, growing up, we still have
some of my
maps.
worst, yeah. Okay, so here it is. And actually, when I printed it, I did do this. I put that down, then I put this one down, and you can see there's some pretty good marks there, even though I didn't do any of the things that you all recommended to do. Then
we'll
these
try
are
that out
all
now.
these are all print-offs from the print-off. I
next-
can't tell you how many
Polls.
pulls I got from just, oh,
Oh. She's digging through the piles now.
I'm trying to locate.
She's only like about ever this much like organized, and then the stuff that was really organized starts getting stacked.
And getting
And
lost
so-
in the shuffle.
And after a while, she's like, you know what? I don't even know. Like, why do I even pretend like I'm gonna get to this point and things are still gonna be in the order that?
Okay, well, I've already showed you those papers that had the stencil on it, the new stencil.
Yeah.
Those were all ghost prints from this dude right here.
That dude.
And this one. So, you know, they just keep on giving. Which, that's wonderful. Okay, it's still wet, so we've got to move on here.
Yes. Oh, Lori B. Good morning.
And I do want to print on that, so I'm going to leave that right here. But anyway,
We all have piles. She lives out of piles. I don't really like piles. Piles make me anxious.
yeah.
I need to know that.
Okay, so
I don't know. Sometimes her notes are.
one. Okay, here's one. So I don't know if that, I forgot to say which was the top and the bottom, so that's really kind
Did
of.
you number them?
This
on
is
the-
number one. Okay, this is the first print I pulled. Yeah, I did, but I didn't indicate which.
So she brings this thing to me, and then she shows me all the cool things. I said, "You better number that thing and leave yourself notes, because you are not going to remember." And so
Well,
she did.
I did,
But
but
now she didn't mark her quadrants
Ye-
actually on the thing.
yeah. Well, I didn't want to mess up my wonderful design.
I think by process of elimination, you worked it out.
I did.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, number one is this one. So, calligraphy lines brushed on with Higgins drawing ink, allowed to dry. Be patient. Here we're being patient right now. Mix number. Oh, and I mixed up a whole bunch more paint.
Oh, the
And
Payne's
some
Gray.
new
P
paints.
made her own Payne's Gray.
Ye-
She's like,
Oh.
Kylie's stuff was so awesome.
I said, you know, as a watercolorist, I do not like Payne's Gray. As a
Gel printer.
gel printer and acrylic aficionado, I'm coming to this really late in the game. I like Payne's Gray, and I didn't have any, so I just made my own. That's number 15 there somewhere, Mariah. Can you? I'm kind of having trouble turning it because I've got all of my stuff kind of jammed in here.
So she got a bigger
I'm a little
turntable
claustrophobic.
thing, but so it's like, you know, one thing gives you get there's
You need to scoot all this over your way a little bit more because I don't think that you're
you think
properly
I'm
utilizing
crowding you.
using.
Let's see if it all comes crashing down.
Well, and we have, you know, we have overhead lines.
There
You've
you
seen
go.
those pictures of the electrical system in India? Well, ours is very similar, maybe. There's more
kind of
more metallic stuff that would fall on your head and
And
clunk
it's
on
also
you.
very similar to the what is it, the Christmas the
Oh, Chevy Chase's
Yes.
Christmas and with all the plugins.
a Griswold situation. That's
Yeah.
what we got.
Okay, all right. So that's number 15. Did you find number 15 for
Oh no,
me?
because I was moving the things because you wanted a bit more space.
Well, I needed you to be able to turn them.
oh, here, you should give some love to.
Well, I'm going to because I'm going to use that.
Now, I think you're supposed to put a little felty thing on there, if I'm not mistaken. But you may need to ask Marianne.
Marianne, can you address that? I've just been using it
As is, but I
as
think
is
she's.
because it's very smooth and it's very even on the bottom. So as long as I don't mess it up.
Are you looking for your Payne's Gray?
Yes, ma'am.
Here. It's not 15.
Oh, it just says Payne's Gray.
It just says Payne's.
Oh well, I think this is 15.
Yes.
This color here, and I really love that color.
Yes. It's beautiful.
Okay, this is my Payne's Gray, and it really is Payne's Gray.
Oh, thanks for hanging out, Chris. See you later.
Yeah, and glad you could join us and rejoin us.
Yes. Come back. Leave
Come
comments. Tell us that you want to enter into that 2,000 subscriber.
Okay, that's pretty. What do you think, Kylie? Payne's Gray?
Payne's Gray. She got it pretty close, I think.
Might be a little bit blue.
All right, let's stay focused here.
Stay focused. I'm going to
We're
use.
talking on
I
the
am-
zine. We're talking about gel printing over
over the lines.
mark making.
Mark making. Yeah.
And we have the one drawing. That's kind of what we're doing too. Is
Yeah.
we're sort of-
I'm just treading water here, trying to keep you entertained while that.
Yes, the National Lampoon Christmas. That's the one. That's
Yes,
the
it
one.
is. It is.
The Griswolds. Or even like the Christmas Story, you know, and they plug in all the lights and it's got to reset the breaker. Yeah, any day now.
Okay,
Situation
but you
over
can see here, this you can still see some of the lines coming off there. There's a little bit of a line there. So once you have it down there,
They
it's
kind
going
of keep
to.
giving.
You need to make sure that you can live with that. It's not something that's going to come off instantaneous.
Candy, that's why I'm here. I keep her focused.
You know what I'm going to do? While that's drying, I'm just going to pull in another gel plate.
Okay, so, oh, hello, Michelle. I think it's Michelle. It's kind of all together there. I am very new to the gel printing. I am loving the look that you're getting with it. I just did my first attempts and I am hooked. Yeah, that's how oh yeah, pretty much what happened to Pete. And then the prints just kept coming.
Okay, I have my little 6x4s here that I made from my 12x12. Actually, I didn't do it, Mariah did.
But yeah, I'm the cutter.
She's the cutter.
Because it's clear things are not her friend.
Yeah, I just,
Yes, it is a tough job, Candy. Very tough.
but somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. I kind of get the bubbles out. I don't know if that's important or not.
I think she just likes watching the bubbles. Kind of like a cat.
Go over there. Okay, this will work great, I think.
Hello, Suzanne.
Oh well, they're not going to be exact, but we don't care about that. All right, let's do some.
We kind of met last night.
Do some. Okay, I want to make sure that the paint that I put on here is
Carrie
really
does some awesome things too.
transparent
On the gel plate.
and lovely. And I mixed up some really pretty browns that are fairly transparent, I think.
This is a good group. Like, if you want to, I think, get a variety of,
Yeah, we don't know everything.
no, we don't know everything.
I do not know everything. And
Everybody sort of has their own style about it.
Izzy asked me that the other day when she
I
was
heard
taking a
you.
bath.
What did
She
you
said,
tell?
Gigi, do you know everything? I said, sweetie baby, I do not. And I would be, whatever.
Oh, Carrie would like to see your bracelet on your left arm.
Okay.
Give her. Oh, you do have a different one on today.
Oh, yes, this is my, I should just take it off and Mariah can show it over there and talk about it. This morning I had a little trouble getting these beads. I don't know how they were when I purchased them, but I purchased them probably
Long time.
15, 20 years ago. Okay, so I need to get, I saved my little papers out here for that.
So what are they? They're carved.
They're carved bone and they come from China and I got them off of eBay. And for a ridiculous amount of money. $24.
Oh, like a ridiculously good.
Yes.
Wow.
And honestly, if you look, each and every one of those little carved beads is a different
A little face.
face and body. It's most wonderful. Okay, look at that. Now, I kind of,
They're a bit like Netsuki. Yes.
very much so.
And we know about that because remember I looked that up. That was part
When
of
you were doing your,
yeah.
Japanese, your,
my Cloudy Seaside type journal. Very,
Okay.
Ooh, see, that did awesome things.
I know.
It intensifies the black, which is really awesome. So that's the awesome thing about awesome.
And this
awesome,
this
awesome.
is the Dwent Intense pencil here. Okay? All right, let's print this one because this is the these are also the Dwent. Now, I like that color. Did y'all like that color? Let's try something with a little bit.
No, K. Do you have a... I mean, we can call you K. It's letter K. Welcome.
Okay, this is number
Also from the UK. Just over there. In
020E. I'll leave that right there so you can see that.
oh, can I bring it in closer? The bracelet. or the print. What are we talking about here? You know, we'll always do a kind of a review of the prints and everything at the end. We can also review these bracelets and things too. She wanted to show you her other jewelry. Anyway.
Oh, I did. Yes, that I have on because
so
it's
we'll
all
try to. I'll try
really
to give
marvelous.
us a good 5 minutes or so at the end. Not that we even have a specific cutoff time, but hey, you know, try to.
See, look at that. It works perfect. And it's so nice. One of the things, can you see my hand?
They're very angry right
They're
now.
very angry, and just rubbing this paper, I don't
Dries
know,
you out.
just makes me itch and hurt. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, I loved that purple that Kylie used too. That was really good. Sorry, we're just going on and on about Kylie. We love you.
But now I have sealed this with the acrylic paint. So it's not going to go anywhere.
Which is nice, because some of that.
It is very nice because some of that, if you want to put it together in your book or whatever, and it's going to be rubbing on the page opposite of it. Now that is really true of...
The black markings look like a penguin. Oh, it does! I'm telling you, Felicia has a great mind. I love the way your mind works, Felicia.
I can see their little beaks.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, penguin marks. Put my papers in there. I'll have to update those
Or
later.
as Izzy used to call it, pingies.
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 Okay, let's do something here. I think this is dry enough. That's what I do. Oh, it's not. I got a goopy edge there. Okay, let's do charcoal.
Deco Nouveau period penguin.
There you go.
Good.
Because if there's something that you want to seal, it's charcoal.
Yes.
It's horrible.
You've noticed that even last week we went on a bit about not loving charcoal.
Not loving the charcoal so much.
You know,
Now,
it's
I'm
just
going to
messy.
go with something really, really light. This is... I can already... Mo's already... She's already...
This is the angry old
she
penguin.
left
That's great.
the minute I got out the Buki purple.
Who's what?
Mo.
Mo. Oh yeah, she'd be like,
But I think perhaps it will be... I never clean my... Well, I didn't clean my brayer, so we may...
Never say never.
Residuals will be there. Well, these little 6 by... What did I say? 6 by 4s?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't get clear up to the edge, but I mean, they, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting so much paint. Now I have sealed my charcoal.
Yes, we have a charcoal version. But now, yes, it has been
With
sealed.
a nice little luminescent.
Yeah, just a little purple.
There's just a little, and you'll have to look at the...
Call that purple haze, maybe.
This is 0300
Oh, yes.
in the book.
Hey, we haven't talked about the book in a long time. Pete used it to remake the exact same paints. We haven't really done any new ones. Maybe you could put in there
there are some new.
some new. Oh, you did. She taped them to the cart. Oh, I call it a cart, but it's really the spinning round thing. Is it a cart then? I don't know.
Okay, we're going to talk about Judy because she's not here.
Well, hold on 1 second. If you want the Peas Paint Mix Guide, I think we can have one of our moderators drop in that link to the guide. But you can mix your own paints that like we mix here. And it shows you basic. These are not step-by-step recipes. We like to, please be advised that if you are very specific, this is probably going to drive you absolutely crazy. There are more suggestions. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there. Now.
It isn't exact, and if you want to talk to me about it, message me.
Yeah.
And if you get yourself in a bind and you've got a whole bunch of paint mixed up and you don't know what else to do,
Yeah.
Call me.
All mixed up? Don't know what to do?
Okay,
was a song.
Payne's Gray.
And you were going to talk about Judy.
And Judy, this is the paper that I'm using right now is paper that Judy P. And I don't want to print the rest of this. I just want to print this one. So we are gonna. Oh, I should have grabbed that and put that on there.
Ah, sugar.
Sugar. That's what our baby says when we say bad words.
We don't say bad words. We're very proper people.
You're right. Okay, look at that. Now this, and she's not here to tell me, I think that this paper is calligraphy paper that she got. She sent us a roll of it.
Thank you, Lisa.
Was it Lisa or was it Judy?
Well, no, well, Lisa just popped in
Oh.
the link. But Judy sent us this
They
paper.
both send me awesome stuff, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't always remember.
Sometimes we have to hurry up and put it away before Izzy sees it, because then we have to share with her, which she does not. Some of the things
And she takes things that she thinks are hers,
she does.
and you know, we just have a little. Okay, you can see how this prints.
I love that.
I think it's lovely, and you've got the nice. You can still see your original line design. It's paper and it comes off beautifully. It does not leave.
I think if you hold that up a little closer to the camera, you might be able to see the texture of that paper. And you can definitely...
It's soft,
Yeah.
and you can see how really.
We decided it's like calligraphy paper.
Yeah,
Right?
it's practice soumier paper.
There.
Okay, so I'm glad I got that in, and I will do some more of those later. Here are some more marks that I made with fan brushes.
Ooh.
So
I haven't
let's.
seen a lot of this. I'm just going to be working.
She hasn't. She's not very much fun when she works. She's grumpy. But as you can see, I've done the inside, the outside. This is kind of like a folding puzzle here. Okay, let me see. Where am I? Oh, where do we
Please don't
start?
mind.
Oh, well, this is stuck together. Well, no. This is where we start. This is from last week.
This really should tell you everything that you need to know about P and just how
If
she
it's-
operates in life. Like, it's just, it's however it goes back together.
Yeah. And that's why when I saw this little thing that Kylie did, I'm like, I must do that. That appeals to my sense of
Hey, and
flexibility.
Carrie's a zine maker too. She even sells hers on her Etsy store.
Okay, let's brighten
We
this.
can't sell, like, very rarely do we sell our art. Now, in the big giveaway, did I mention? There's a big giveaway.
Boy.
I know, I'm really hitting it hard today. Sorry. It's just, we're very excited about it. It's exciting getting closer to the 2,000 mark. I mean, I don't really know what it means in life, but it's exciting. Like, not a lot goes on around here.
Yeah, it's a notch in your belt.
It's a notch in the lipstick case, as Pat Minotaur would say.
Okay,
That
you
was
can
a really
see
good
I'm.
reference. I would love some,
I don't know. This
have some blood.
this might be a little dark.
Is this Prussian?
No, I don't know. It's
Is
some
this
mix
one of
that
your
I
mix?
made.
Did you hold it up? I was yammering. Anyway, the 2,000 giveaway, we are going to give away one of the books. One of the little spiral bound
4A.
gel print books. So she says that every time too, that it warms her heart when people buy the little zines.
Oh.
I don't know. It's just so hard for us to give up things because I need to know that you're going to love it as much as we do.
And if we think that I'd rather just give it away
yeah.
than sell it.
That's why we're doing the giveaway, because we know that you guys that participate, you come back, you leave the comments. I mean, obviously, you're very into it.
Ooh, that's kind of
That
dark.
was a little dark.
That's a little
All
dark.
right, hold it up there.
Okay, well now you know. Don't use 4A if you need super transparency. But still, I mean,
But if you want that and you want to knock it back, that's great.
knock it back. That's a good choice. That's a good color choice.
I do like that blue. I just don't know that it was... I mean, you had some good lines there. Kind of...
I know. Look at these here.
Yeah,
Oh, and
stick
look
with
at
your lighter,
this.
more transparent.
Yeah, I think so too.
Business.
Well, you know, I could whip some more product on there,
She could whip it on there.
and we would just be done with that. Okay, let's try a little of this.
All right, I'm going to check out my notes to keep her on track, because otherwise she'll just be doing this the rest of the time.
And I forgot to do some more of this one.
Now, have you checked your plate that you got drying back there? Is it ready?
No.
Well, goodness. We are very humid today. There is a lot of humidity. It's raining outside
yeah.
a bit. Or it was. I
Misty.
don't know if it still is.
It's a misty, moisty morning.
Yeah.
And
she
cloudy
says
was
if it
the weather.
If it was, Carrie says if it was cerulean, it's a tad opaque. Yeah.
Yeah,
We need
I'm
more
having a
transparent.
feeling if you check the recipe, I'm pretty sure that you are absolutely 100% right.
If you check the guide, we
Yeah,
do say it
and this
not
is
a
the other
recipe.
thing that I love about this, Marianne. You know, when I reuse these, and they kind of have that little thing right there, that can rip your skin. especially if you have sensitive
Yeah.
areas on your skin due to
I'm also loving your little square thing that's happening over there.
eczema outbreak. What thing?
Your, border.
Oh, this here?
Business.
Yeah. I always keep those. Those come in really.
They do.
Okay, now look at this.
That's good.
This is lovely. It picked up some of the gunk from the other that was left behind, but that particular paint that I just had out here.
And see, she made those marks with the fan brush.
Yeah, made these marks with the fan brush. This is 18A. This is a wonderful
Blue.
blue.
It's not number 5. It's not Miami Vice.
No, it's not.
Toned down.
Okay, but you can see what happens. The character of the lines that you have made on your paper change dramatically once you get a color on top of them. Just make sure it's not opaque.
Oh, and let's kind of refer back
Yeah.
to the color, the lines. You can
Oh,
really drive
emotional.
home- yes.
The emotional content of color. Yes, absolutely. Boy, I needed to mix up some of this. Whoa.
Is that the number 7 purple?
I don't know, but it got lost in the shuffle. It's 7, yeah.
Look at me. Look at that.
Look at that Mariah knowing something.
I'm proud of myself.
It's very, very transparent. purple.
Isabella, I'm telling you, it is like Miami Vice blue. That's why I always say I was busting out with Miami Vice blue. This is kind of the Miami Vice purple. There's a purple pink and the
I
very
have one that's a strong that's less transparent. If y'all don't have one of these things, I don't know. Perhaps Marianne could give us info on.
Well, she got it at secondhand, so yeah.
Oh,
I talk to Marianne. She finds things.
she's a resourceful girl. Okay, now this is lovely.
Yeah, I love that too. And I like that it's crossed from the blue. I think that blue's lightening up a bit as it dries. That tends to happen.
Yeah, I'm really kind of
I'm a little sad about that.
really sad
Did
about
you put
that.
the blue over sad lines? Did you really emphasize how
No.
sad we are about you obliterating the line?
For the really cold lines. Oh, look, I've still got some more room in here to do some
she's
more.
got pages.
Okay, I'm
You're gonna have to let that dry a bit before you start
Yes, I am putting
folding
it
it
back.
about and sticking
Putting
things
it back together because it'll become married.
Married.
Okay, let's see what we've got over here. I'm about tired of waiting for this. We're just going to go ahead and do it.
Do it.
And I will show you why you don't do that.
And any of you guys that are new, that have popped in, or if you're watching the replay, would love you to give us a little thumbs up. That is always helpful.
Okay, now on doing those other gel prints that we just did, we realized that we need to keep it transparent. Okay, now I've got my go-to transparents that I love here that I use all the time.
I think we need to WD-40 our little spinner.
I think it's getting kind of, and I can't remember. Someone asked about the tar gel.
I want to say it was Mo or Ann.
But this, I'm pretty sure, and Mariah, you can check in the book, number 16.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure 16 has tar gel
You
in.
haven't put the book back where it belongs, but I found it. I found it over here.
Well, that was the only place that was left available
That you could reach.
that I could reach, yes. Good point. And you will know, and I'm going to tell you right now, see those areas that are still kind of wet?
And I've noticed that a new clip has been added to the book.
I'm going to blot those because what is going to happen if I don't, they're just going to smear all over. So you want to make sure that wait till it's dry. It's really worth it.
Yes, number 16 is Tar Gel, Transparent Yellow, Iron Oxide, Burnt Umber Light, and Matte Gel Medium. Now, something to keep in mind with all those mixes and whatnot is that these do take a bit of time to dry. Especially with the tar gel.
Yes, ma'am, they do.
Tar gel is like,
It's really goopy.
It's really goopy. And sometimes it never really dries if you've mixed it with too many other things, which we have found out on ATCs.
Yes. And when I use this recipe, I knock back the retardant because it already, I don't know what it is about that. It has the retardant factor
Yes.
already there.
That was well worth the wait.
Now you can see I did have a bit of smooshing and smearing where it doesn't have, but if you let that dry completely, but what I love is I love the stuff that's left on there. It's so exciting.
It gets so exciting.
Oh.
Exciting are we?
Okay, boy, look at this. I mixed this. This is some good stuff. This actually is number 20, but I think I kind of changed the recipe.
And remember, you guys can either download the guide from our website, or if you're part of the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, that's where we hang out during the week. It is in the downloadable documents area of the group.
Mariah, would you look up the one that I just put down here?
Which is what number?
Number 20.
20.
Okay, now you see what happened there? You know, people that are really pristine gel printers and everything would be all up in arms about that one, but I'm loving it. I love those little weirdnesses that happen when you don't clean your brayer off, and when you
She likes surprises.
because I mean they're not always happy.
Okay, that's the so 20 is the gray silver.
Now look at this.
It's had a couple of alterations, but we do note those. We like when she does some major things to the color mix.
And we will, but look, isn't that wonderful?
I do love that. Now those will take a little bit to dry because they have the tar gel in it.
They have the tar gel, and I'm not going to put anything on top of that until that is completely dry.
Oh yeah, I mean this has like a flippy. Here, I'm gonna hold this up to you guys so you can kind of see.
Okay, this is number 27.
How they kind of come about, and see that? And then there's like little flippy pages. This is what she does. I tried to keep it like all like written out and typed up, but then I was like, and then I have to retype these things. So this is what you get. I just take a picture of it and I update the image.
Okay, can you show them 27?
Okay.
All right.
Well, I didn't know we were going to use the book so much today. All right.
Because 27 is a really good one to use with your mark making because it's transparent enough that you're going to be able to see your line designs.
And we do have it broken up like the 20s or 18 to 20 somethings are metallics. I don't know. There is somewhat of a method to the madness here, but it really is mainly madness. So good luck.
I just need somebody to type up my notes.
All right, 20, 21, 27.
Okay, look at that lovely texture we've got going. I'm not in love with that so much as I was some of the others. I'm going to bring back in...
I don't know what happened to 27. Did you say 27?
I thought I did. Yeah.
Like what, lady? There's like 20E, 20F. Is it one of the 20 E, F, G, H?
Oh, it doesn't have anything with it. It's just a plain 27. I think it's one that was altered. It was one of the ones that I made with the makeup.
I'm not selling the book very well. That's okay. It's free.
Yeah.
Free
There you
download.
go. Now I'm going to kind of hold back here for just a minute and kind of let this dry just a bit because I definitely want to be pulling more off of the plate. I'm ready for this plate to be clean because I'm ready to move on to line making, which what's our time frame?
30 minutes.
Okay, we're good.
So 27 was, okay, there's first mix, which is, so I is impasto, R is retardant, Van Dyke brown, 2 large squeezes. This is how this thing was written out. Transparency, not such a big issue as this will be used on as a initial layer. Yeah, so it's like a, base layer. Emphasis will be on putting down pattern and texture. And then the second mix, she added 2 squeezes of the blue interference purple. And the interference stuff is the U.S. Art Supply. Those are beautiful.
Yeah. Now I think I changed the recipe there.
It's creative. I think Carrie was referring to the book, yes. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit here, okay.
Okay, I'm done with messing with this. I'm getting it off there.
Felicia, her brayer is at a peelable layer on it now.
Oh, I know. Isn't that fun? I absolutely... Did I tell you I saved my brayer pull-offs?
Isabella says she likes the bubbles from the writing. Yeah, so how it spread out and did the thing, that was actually good. But
Everybody
I think you
needs
guys'
one of
suggestions about if you do want a more clear line, a true line,
Yes.
doing what you guys suggested was a very good idea.
And I will definitely do that. It's just that I'd already...
Oh, Kylie, you don't... Oh, well, yeah, I mean, if you want to check back to reference the numbers, or you could just, you know, check out the guide. And the paint swatches they are in there. You know, we always reference that it's digital. I'm taking a picture of it. I try to do it in a light box. They don't always translate perfectly, and I'm not calibrating because it just would take forever. But I think you get a general idea. And she puts the notes on, you know, like what she's using and all of that. And then there's like little, you know, other notes and
I'm trying to clean my plate.
things. Now, I think there are a few that aren't in the book, maybe, but that's like brand new stuff that you just did. So hopefully, I don't know, we have so much stuff going on and work stuff, but I'm trying to kind of keep up with it all.
Check it out.
Ooh.
Now, isn't that just wonderful?
Yes.
Okay, we've got a clean plate. Now we can start messing with some other stuff.
Now, one of the other things about like the retarder and tar gel and that added time in the paint is if you're using stencils, impression plates. Oh, show them the impression plates of the stencils because those are really just to kind of, you know, because I want to show them off because they look really cool. And for those of you that are maybe new, let's talk about the naming giveaway. We're going to give you 1 week, actually till Saturday, to do the name. You must come back and comment in the comment section. But one of the great things about creating the impression plates with your stencils and utilizing retarder or the tar gel type mixes is that it gives you time to move them around on your plate and really allow them to do, you know, you to do the layout.
And when you do the impression plates, I would leave more on the plate than you're normally used to. I wouldn't brayer off so much. Leave it juicy.
Because you want to squish it out.
Yes, and you want that. And I would say this is where you're going to use your paints, your chalk paints, these kind of paints, as a first layer, because it's going to show up better.
You get contrast.
You get more contrast. Thank you, Mariah. Yes, good work.
Yeah, Isabella, you can pick more than one name, and like I said, try to be unique because, like it said, the first person to use a name, we're going to give the stencil to them. Versus like last time, everybody that used the name we gave it to, but I only have the 2, and I'm running sort of low on Yupo, and we're kind of a little worried about supply chain right now. So I'm trying to be really aware of that, and I want to make sure that, you know, for those of you that want to order things, we have things on hand. So
yeah,
we're just really trying to.
And we're going to try and experiment with the mineral paper as a. The only problem is the mineral paper that I have is very flimsy.
Thin, but it could be.
It's thin. I think, and I told Mariah, I said a lot of times the Yupo is too fat, and especially after I've used it for multiple. It builds up.
For the smaller, more detailed ones, that is very true. I noticed even when Kylie was really kind of pushing in on some of those, the little X's, I think you might get more detail. And maybe that's one of the alternates that we do is I just kind of create another option of choosing whether you want, what are you using your stencil for?
Yeah.
Because the thick ones are, I mean, all day long, texture paste. I mean, the stuff is awesome. But if you're doing the gel plate, might be better just to have a little bit of a lighter weight, and then you can peel it up and you're not, getting your fingers all eaten up. So just some things to think about and, that sort of thing.
What did I do with that?
How about graphics paper? Is it a synthetic? Oh, good night, Diane.
Oh, thank you so much.
You better get some sleep.
Okay, I don't have it, but if you do use your tissue paper to make your lines with, which you can, the lines, it works quite well, then you can go ahead, and gel plate one side. On the other side, if you want to do a different color, you can have the different color. I'm going to do this just real quick.
She was telling me about this, and like,
I'm
this
very
is pretty excited. Yeah.
proud of this discovery, because I think, number one, it makes your tissue paper a lot more durable and less.
So you saw on there that she has one very light transparent layer on the top side.
Yeah, and I think that was the number 20. This one right here, because it has a bit of sheen to it. I love that one, and this one does too.
A wee bit of shimmer goes a long way.
Oh, it does. And I just, you don't mean to beat people over the head with something, but okay, now I want to make sure I'm getting the right side here.
Oh, it is Marianne says it's a UFO type paper. Yeah,
mineral?
I can't stand the acetate or the mylar thing. It just makes me crazy peeling it off of there, and I don't. And P, when they're brand new and clear, she has a hard time.
I can't see
seeing them or finding them.
They get lost.
Ooh. Love that purple.
But now, see, you've changed.
I
wanted to leave. This side is what you see through it.
Yeah.
But now when you turn it over, you are also seeing both of the transparencies.
There you go.
So you're getting a double whammy, and it sort of turns into like a beautiful gunmetal gray.
That would make a beautiful page. And now it's fairly strong, especially once it dries up, obviously.
Yeah. But again,
that would be a cool page in a journal for you guys that make the journals. Lisa, we'll send you some.
Yeah, we will. I'll hook you up.
Your page.
What's your next? What's your theme?
Well, we're
of your
supposed
next?
to be making some Christmas papers too.
Oh, I'm not really big
She's
into
not
that.
into the
I'm a
printable papers.
Poo poo.
Poo poo on the printables.
Poo poo on Christmas. Okay, so where are we here? Okay, we're ready to move into the next.
Oh, Julie says you got it's similar to glassine.
Oh, it certainly
Yeah.
is. Oh, and see, you could do that, and you can even fold that up and make some envelopes.
Yeah, you just want to, make sure it's all dried up. And
Okay, now, I think Mariah listed this stuff in the,
there's also a Duralar. Why does that sound familiar?
oops, contaminated my stuff here. Okay, now, I kind of got carried away with this the other day when I was doing it on the bigger plate.
She says this next one is ultra feline. Oh, we could do celebrity stuff.
This is what this looks like. The reason I got this is on sale, 40% off. I don't know if it's still on sale, but I think it was
feminine.
Mo that was the one that.
Oh.
What?
Lisa bit. So the next journal she's making, I guess maybe she's making it specifically for somebody, but is very feminine. But she said feline, which same thing.
Okay, well,
Foxy feline.
we may have to pass on that one. Actually, Mariah could probably pick you out some papers for that one.
all day.
All right, so what I'm doing here is you saw the high flow. You put that stuff on here and it dries in about 1.8 seconds. I don't really.
She can't make decisions in that amount of time.
I certainly cannot make decisions in that amount of time. And we still have a little bit of purple on there because I didn't brayer that off very well. And we've got some other funky stuff.
Weird,
stuff going on. Well, you just go with it.
We're
you just
going
with it.
I think one of those things is your bubble deal with her. Seeing in those other ones, I don't mind it personally, but
yeah. Okay, here's these little tools.
oh, Lacy Girly Vintage. I don't know. Oh. Okay, these little stylus tool things.
Every now and then you gotta stop and wipe it off.
They are very wonderful. Pete, I don't remember why you got them to begin with. We saw somebody use them, and we're like, oh, that's cool. And then we got them, and we're like, okay, well, But we've been using them more lately. I like them because they help hold down paper, like, when you're gluing things and, things stick to your fingers. These are fantastic. I think I put a lot of this stuff, the types of papers that we've been using the little stylus thingies. Those are all in the description box below. If you guys want to come back and check any of those out. Make it faster, easier for you
Is
to
Lori
find.
Marie still there? Lori Marie still there?
No, I don't think so. I think she literally just popped in and out. That's all right. That's pretty cool.
Well,
We'll take it.
you should have stuck around, girl.
I'll send her a message.
You popped out too soon.
Yeah, I'll tell her. You know, at 11:40, Pete was making some great things.
Okay, now, you know, I don't know. If you're really good at doing the swirly-do lines, then,
I think that set of the ones that we got was like $6. So, they come in very handy.
Did you put them in the...
Yeah, they're in the description box.
Oh, great. Okay, here we go. Now, you notice my paint is still lovely and moist.
Some people don't like that word.
Lovely and moist.
So she's going to say it again. Ooh.
First pull.
Lovely.
Kind of a purpley black. Okay, hey, we're going to take it.
I like purpley black.
Now, we still have, you notice,
Oh, yeah.
notice what we have on the plate. Notice. And I can't use that same piece because I will be
No.
dragging it all
Yeah.
over me.
She'll be dragging her arm through the gravy, as she says.
Yeah. Oh, I have a really inappropriate story to tell. about-
Well, that's not going to happen then.
Oh, Mo, you remind me. I'll tell you an inappropriate story about
Maybe you can write it up.
dragging through the gravy.
You can tell it over in Makers. You guys want to hear really inappropriate things? Join Makers.
Okay, look at that.
I like it.
So this is number 1. This is number 2.
I love it. Good
And-
swirls, P. I'm very proud of
I-
you with your little... They're kind of cutesy.
Well, it's because we were talking about all that. So I'll send those to Lisa.
I think she meant that it's going to be like, you know, creamy browns and, you know, vintagey and I don't, that might, the blackness may throw off the whole color scheme, if I had to guess. It's just, let us know, Lisa. Let us know.
Okay, so we still have some stuff on there, which I'm going to pull. I can pull it on this one because this was...
I think this would be great for very, like a, you know, kind of either a grimoire or a...
Well, the other thing
Just another spooky
is even though
book.
these are black, they've got the white spaces on there. So if you wanted to make them a little more...
Oh, yeah, you can fill in with color.
You can put a transparent color over the top and it will... Okay, we pretty much cleared the plate. I think that this is my favorite one.
Yes.
I'll send that. You know, this might even be... You could do some...
Hey, now that might go well with the Christmas stuff. Because we're doing a little bit of a funky Christmas.
The thing is you could take your stencils now, come back in with a light color and make this into a lacy affair.
Oh, that would
And
be
so
wonderful.
it would be just a little bit, you know,
A
like
little dark,
a
but
little naughty.
a little naughty.
A little naughty.
Just a wee bit naughty. Not a lot naughty.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, where are we? This is number 27. Do I want to use this with,
I don't know.
what's our time here?
You have about 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
And then you want to do, let's see here,
I want to do some different kinds of lines.
color combinations. Gold and purple. You said that you wanted to do some, we did talk about the Payne's Gray, which is fantastic. Let's see. Oh, and then using some of these, just the stencils themselves, as mark making. Obviously. But, you know, we did want to mention it. I am loving that, though. And look at her arm movement. She's still got that same good...
Really, I'm not too terribly concerned about that right now, but yes.
But it's still good. good. Like,
Is-
if you're practicing, I think it's one of those things you want to be very aware until it becomes something that you just do.
Okay, now the reason I didn't have to put anything down here is because that stuff stays. I mean, there's still remnants of it on the plate. You don't necessarily see it, but it moistens your plate up to the point that you really do have a lot more. And in this, remember, this one has tar gel. That's another sort of a retardant.
Yes.
It's paint that allows you more time to play around. And
All right, and go slow there because you freaked it out. We're a little blurred. Coming in perfect. Hey, that was like good timing. I love it. It looks a little weird and drippy. It's kind of drippy.
The tar gel is always going to give you a bit of a sheen also. See the sheen?
Thanks for coming, Marianne. No problem.
Okay, now.
Isabella says, it's like we're talking sports, arm movements. That's right.
Arm movement.
Hey, you know,
Our arm
it's a serious business.
All right, I'm going to print over the top of some lines that I did last week, maybe.
Yeah. We've had a lot of the points, so
At this point, we're just messing around. Oh, here.
yeah.
Here
Oh, no,
is-
wait. You need to mention one main thing.
What?
The heavy body, or no, sorry. We kept saying heavy body, but it's not. The extra heavy gel medium.
I just
Amsterdam.
did.
You did?
That's what I used on the
Well,
things that I
wasn't
just
listening.
did.
I wasn't listening to you.
You weren't.
Did you hold it up?
I thought I did. Y'all tell me. I said it's Amsterdam extra heavy gel medium. I got it for 40% off on
Jerry Artarama? No, it was that sale that
Mo
Mo
told me about.
posted in Makers.
And it was some weird place.
Yeah. They did not have this available on Amazon. Now they have the heavy,
I've really
And the
never
other- but-
seen this before.
and then they have like the gloss version of it because it comes in gloss and matte. But it's quite wonderful. It's very expensive, but it's very wonderful.
And the thing about it is you don't need massive quantities of
Although
it.
it does come in 1,000 milliliter some places.
Well, I just got 250.
Yeah.
And it was about the same price as the Impasto.
Yeah, and I'm
Double-
working on some other affiliate
yeah.
things, but yeah, Jerry's Artarama has it. I don't know if Joe's did, but you know, look around.
Okay, I wanted to talk about this very quickly because I kind of mentioned it before, but not this particular. When I printed on both sides of the tissue paper, okay, so you only print on one side of the tissue paper. On the other side, do your line design,
Oh, and it pushed it through.
and it pushed it through.
I love
But
it.
it's
love
very
that.
subtle. It becomes more textural than actual line definition. But I think that is quite lovely.
Oh, Judy!
Judy? Is it our
P?
Judy?
It's our Judy.
Judy, we were talking about you.
You're part of our. She's our Judy.
Yeah, we had the other one.
Lisa said you're late, girl. Yes, the Nara paper. Isabella, I think Isabella was. Did she drop in the Nara thing? Yes. Okay. Here is the problemo with Nara. Is it is much thicker. Do you have your big stencil that we showed a couple weeks ago, or whatever, the big one that I cut, the 12 by 12? Because they have a 12 by 12 sheet, but the stuff is much thicker. It's almost twice the thickness. So it is very tricky to cut. Not that I haven't been able to get it to cut, but it's inconsistent.
Is this the one?
That's the one. We do have the Nara stuff. We may have to figure this out. And
Oh, listen, I had to
use a
sit
different
around
blade.
and poke all of these
Yeah.
out.
It doesn't just pull off the mat
No.
because it is so thick. Now, if I had a maker, it might work, but I don't have a maker. I have a Air 2. That's where we're at in life.
Okay. All
Find
right,
more things.
I'm going to bring in some more cheerful colors
Subscribe
because
to the channel. one of these days we might actually, you know, make a bit of money and I can buy a maker.
I really, you know, I really wanted to continue on with the rusty look there, but
Did you?
yeah.
Well, do it.
I already got this down. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna be able to mush it up.
All right, we
Kind of mess it up enough because I've got some stuff from the
We got 10 minutes.
previous. Oh, and don't forget, I have to show my jewelry. All right, see this? This is just blips and blops and
Flips and flops.
yeah, and whatnots.
Scribbly lots and a few little
And
dots.
and actually, what it is it's I used the water that I'd been rinsing my brush out in to paint with.
It's just like, ooh, man, it's so crazy how it just intensifies the black.
I like that. Okay, let's go with some.
I like that a lot. Why don't you
Listen.
just do it again and have a full page of it?
No, I'm gonna use a different color.
No,
We'll have a little pink here.
this is for Carrie.
This is for Carrie.
She's my pink friend. Judy says she's an expert hiker. Awesome. She went hiking. That's where she was at.
Oh yeah, I saw pictures of you on Facebook on a hike.
Okay, sometimes the maker ain't all that. Oh, you have a maker, Felicia. Hmm. And an Explorer 1. Times one Explorer is... Oh.
Thank you, Marianne. Marianne, this is the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, she tapped out a little bit earlier there, but yeah, we love the... She loves it. Now, hey, that... I approve of that.
Hey, Lisa, what do you think?
Oh, for the cutesy. Oh,
Yeah, I don't think so.
maybe.
I don't really envision that as such, but you know,
Carrie loves it. Kylie loves it. Leslie
Okay.
loves it.
here's some lines that
Judy
I
loves
made
it.
on.
Ooh.
This is
Is that some of the more of that paper that Judy sent?
no. This is
That's the calligraphy.
this is the calligraphy Simier, and you can tell because one side is slicky and one side's not.
Now, I have those links below
Yeah.
of all these different
Okay.
papers that we're using. Peachy. It is quite peachy. I loved that poll. I gotta take it away from her, otherwise she'll do something to it.
I will because I don't really like it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just kind of a
It's like peanut butter. Looks like peanut butter.
yeah. A little
What
bit.
color is that? Which one is it?
This is 011. And it's not going to be true because I just have a whole bunch of stuff from. And you know, I'm not going to use this because I'm kind of afraid of.
Why? What's on there already?
Yeah, what's on there is going to. We'll just grab some other stuff. We've got.
She's got a pile. She's been
I got
doing
a
this
pile.
all week.
I really, you know, I have this nightmare of running out of things to do during the live, and I know it's a bit of a.
See, that would have been brilliant. But it's brilliant there, too.
I think it is too. I mean, I don't know that I necessarily will like this just for what it is, but
I
for
do.
collage purposes, look
Yeah.
at those wonderful.
Yeah,
Little-
the bubble thing that's been there on all these prints, but I like it.
Well, actually, what it is it's where I was pulling off. You can see the edge
Yeah.
of the little ones. Okay, I love that color. I love the way that
I'm very-
pulled. So we're going to just try that one again. See if we can get a little bit more. And I'm going to go ahead and use this paper even though it's,
Oh, see, Lisa said that the pink on the black with the swirly strokes, she would use that. So we just need to package that up and send it on.
Okay.
You guys can, here in a couple weeks, see it.
And
whatever
see, look
journal
at
that
this. This
Lisa's
is very
made.
cool. I don't even really know what side it was that I was marking on.
Oh, and then remember, we do have, for the month of November, we have the Stuffed Stuff challenge happening with our little YouTube creative group. Also, just if you are part of Makers or any of the groups, Felicia has a group, Marianne, Happy Paper People, Two Old Crows will be part of it. Who else has got a group? We've got Two Old Crows, our group, Happy Paper People, Felicia with Where's Baking Meets Crafting. Where Baking and Crafting Meet. Bye, Felicia. There we go. Oh, one of these days, Felicia. Sorry. Along with like Carrie will be participating in it, as Sonia, Lisa, Judy, you know, the crew that did all the spooky scrolls. They're back again. So, oh, goodbye, Peppy Mitko. It was very nice having you.
Yes.
Pinka. Ah, she says have a great day from Pinka. I don't know, is that Pinka like where she lives? Or is that, I don't know. I'm very curious about all that now. So yes, that's what we're going to be doing, the stuffed stuff, and made the most beautiful scroll in the whole wide world that made us all cry. And just still just love, love, love. Think about it. Anyway, so then, yeah, we're going to be doing something for November as well. That'll be fun. Where are you at with this? Are you going to come over here and then we can say goodbye and then you can,
I am.
you know,
I'm just pulling the last
print
little.
all afternoon or whatever. You can show your jewelry. I got your bracelet over here.
Look at that.
That's a good pull for the very end. Oh, that, see, you should, is that like spot on, Lisa? For like, I'm thinking that's what Lisa's, when she said the colors that she said. That's like spot on. Ooh, if you did gold mark making
I
over
would
it,
go do gold mark making on this.
that would be
Okay, I'm coming over there.
Okay, I'm gonna switch. All right, so just to wrap it up, remember we are doing the, let's see, let's switch here to this one. Oh, that's not the one. Whoopsies. There we go. Man, I even started a new live today. Accidentally. I'll go back and delete that one. But, okay, yes, see, there be the jewelry. Here's your bracelet.
Ah, yes, with the lovely little carved faces.
There's the camera if you want to. Yeah. No shortage of jewelry around here.
No shortage.
Covers the walls. All right, so let's just do a little recappy here. What will we be doing next week?
I have no idea. I'm kind of working on this thing that I watched
Oh, yes.
Robin McClendon do. And so far I think I figured out what the problem is. I didn't use the right paper. But I'm working on it, and I do have some interesting results, even though they are, you know, like, they're not what I wanted them to be. I still think they're nice. But, hey, we had a really good group today.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun today.
And I hope so. I hope it was as fun for you as it was for me.
2,000 subscriber. Make sure you come back. Leave a comment. I want to be in, you know, part of the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Second thing, remember we have new stencils we would like you to name. I have 2 of them, so there will be 2 winners. We will do a combo name, kind of like we did with the Nemo's Nodules Static Orbs.
Yes.
Static Orbs,
we
Nemo's
will be
Nodules.
leaning towards the R.
Oh yes, if you put an R in there, bonus, because then we're
bonus.
going to send one to Kylie Koo so she can use it and talk about it and say the
We
name.
just love to hear her do
We're just
swirly.
going to send you, you know, things so that way you can use it and say it. So yes, this is one of them, and then remember there's some different levels there. I will post a picture of them all in Makers,
I think that'd be a great idea.
but you have to come over here and leave the comment. No entries over on Makers unless you guys just want to chat about it. That's cool.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
that's
for
the-
thank you.
And that's the 2 things, the 2,000 giveaway, the naming of the stencil. We will be doing gel plate printing next week.
We forgive you, Julie. I understand.
No
Oh.
worries.
No worries.
And then, what else?
Swirlery. I'm reading the,
Okay.
the chat.
She's reading the chat.
And
I think that's
needs to
pretty
be
much. She wasn't sitting over here today. I don't have to have it.
Yes.
Although I'm starting to get more. All right, guys. It was awesome. We will see you next week or see you in Makers. Have a good evening.
All right.
Or morning.
Make marks.
day.
And post them so I can
Yes.
see them.
We want to see your marks.
That's your homework.
That's your homework. Bye, guys.
Bye.